Hello everybody, here we are today talking about a variety of things including the Rangers playoff series and then Connor McDavid. So before we get into that, please make sure to subscribe if you're new to me or hockey, whatever the case may be. That being said, let's get on into it. So yesterday was a very important day in the hockey world. They kept bouncing around through playoff type atmosphere games. A lot of teams in the wild card, you know how it is. But a very important game that maybe wasn't too exciting to watch was the New York Rangers Ottawa Senators game, because if the Rangers won that game, they were going to win the President's Trophy, which of course they go on to do, and they win that game 4-0. Big deal now as they're able to claim the President's Trophy for the first time since 2015. And I got to be honest, this is one of the best Rangers teams in franchise history. It's going to be up for debate because, of course, I know the playoffs are going to be a talking point in this, but they've already set the franchise record for points in a season at 114, and they actually put a little bit of distance between them and the 2015 team, as they have 55 wins, and the 2015 team had 53 with one game left to play. Who knows, maybe they go out there and get 56. Mind you, of course, too, winning the President's Trophy. This is also the first time since that 2015 side where they won their division. And I got to be honest, the Rangers have been able to overperform from what I expected this year. And with them winning the President's Trophy, this is just another feather in their cap. Peter Laviolette has to be happy too, because his team is going to be getting home ice advantage for the rest of the playoffs. So in theory, most of the playoffs could run through New York if they go on a deep run, as they are a really good home team as well. They are tied with the Colorado Avalanche for the most home wins this season. They've got 30 wins in 41 games. Very hard to beat. Of course, with all the wins, it kind of is something that seems a little bit obvious. But if you have to go to Madison Square Garden, play a side that 3 times out of 4 wins, and you got to steal a game, there's a good chance that they're going to do relatively well at home. And then, they might even steal a game back from you. So you're probably in a spot where you might have to win 2 games at MSG, as the Rangers look really good. And I am excited to see if this side can go out there and do something big, because like I said, this all comes down to the playoffs. This is going to be a year where anything less than probably a conference final appearance for them is disappointing. And I got to be honest, maybe even a conference final appearance would be a little bit disheartening. This team has some older veterans on the side that have been playing well, but you wonder, in 3 years, is this going to be a cup contending team? Now is the time to strike. If they go out there and go on a run, this could be their first championship since 1994, kind of fitting here in 2024, as last night they do a great bit of work in order to set themselves up well for the playoffs. Now we'll see if the President's Trophy curse still exists. Also, side note, Artemi Panarin is 1 goal away from his first 50-goal season, so we'll have to watch out for that. Now, over to another New York team. We saw the Islanders win last night. They, of course, with the win and the Rangers win, now have locked themselves up in 3rd in the Metro Division, and we'll see a familiar face in the Carolina Hurricanes in the playoffs. This is just the second matchup that is confirmed. I have Winnipeg and Colorado's notes basically done. I'm going to have to touch up on a few stats, but I'm trying to get these done early so we can pump out all these videos on time, because it's a very important time for the channel. And this, of course, will be a fun series to watch out for. Yes, you would probably say that the Hurricanes are the favorite team in this series. This kind of makes sense. They're just the better regular season team. This will be the 3rd time in the past 6 years that they've played each other in the playoffs, with Carolina taking the first 2 series, and I understand that. But I also want to add that these 2 teams are really hot entering the playoffs, as at this point, time of recording, both sides have 8 wins over their past 10, and it's going to be a really good test. The Islanders, of course, have been playing do-or-die hockey, and they've been able to do that for a bit and string together a good enough run where they're able to push Philly out of 3rd in the Metro. Of course, Philly's trying to even make it to the wild card at this point. But with the streak that they've been able to go on, they've been able to set themselves up well, especially with that playoff mentality of win or go home. And the Hurricanes, I guess on the flip side, you could look at this and say, oh, well, they probably are in a mindset where they are coasting. Not really. They've won 5 in a row, and they have been playing really to catch up to the New York Rangers, who we just talked about winning the President's Trophy. The Hurricanes were kind of in that conversation. Of course, now they're not going to win the Metro Division thanks to the Rangers being the best team in the league. Kind of stinks when the best team in the league is the best team in your division, but they gave them a good chance and a good run for their money. The Hurricanes are a side that looks really good. They brought in Jenkins, so they're getting good goaltending. They've been a side that is hot as of late. I don't want to say it again, but Carolina, really good team over the past 5-ish years. Playoff threat. This is going to be a series that, with the familiarity, I think could get chippy. I'm looking forward to it. I hope it does get heated. Nothing too crazy, but maybe a little fight here or there as we watch out for that one. And then, of course, the final talking point is Connor McDavid getting a big milestone underneath him last night, as the Oilers needed a win to make sure the Canucks didn't end up winning the Pacific Division title. At least that's what I think. I always check the standings, but everything's just a blur right now with the playoffs and getting notes ready. But McDavid and co. get the job done against San Jose 9-2. It's a big win there. But with an assist in the game, Connor McDavid becomes just the fourth player in NHL history to hit 100 points in a season, 100 assists in the season, I should say. Joe Thornton got relatively close one year. I think he had 96. But this just goes to show how good he is. Now, the other three players, Bobby Orr, Mario Lemieux, and Wayne Gretzky. The great one, ironically, was the last player to do it in the 1990-91 season. So it's a little bit fitting, I guess, where you have kind of this stars aligning, if you will, moment where you have a hockey icon of one era and then another one of this era. I know people are going to talk about the resumes and how McDavid doesn't have that playoff success, but if he plays how we know he will, and he's been a very good player, playoffs or regular season, you know he's going to go out there and he's going to give his team a chance, maybe with some assists as well, to be able to get a championship of his own, as this Oilers side has been a really hot team after the coaching change and look to be dangerous like we know they can be. Probably set to have a rematch, maybe with the Kings in the first round, which of course we'll be watching out for that. But also, too, McDavid just 18 points away from 1,000 career points. We know he's going to blow right past it. He's got a lot of accolades left. He's not even 30. He's incredible. Basically the gist of that. And I know that there's probably a ton of other things to be talking about in this video. Just one of those deals where we're putting out 2 videos today, doing a lot of stuff, getting things ready for the playoffs, all that stuff. Kucherov, another guy that I should throw in here real quick. He is an assist or 2 away from 100 assists as well, so he might be able to join this elusive club. I know people probably won't throw him in there with guys like McDavid, Lemieux, or in Gretzky, but still a very good season and a very good career, and I do want to throw him in here. Anyway, what are your thoughts on the recent news? Are the Rangers going to win the Cup? Who's going to win the Islanders-Hurricane series? Is Connor McDavid the greatest player of this generation? I want to know your thoughts down below in the comments. Also, please make sure to like this video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you're new. Everybody stay safe. Have a great night. And you go love hockey, alright. Goodbye, Brigadiers and Brigadettes. This is your captain signing off. Have a great night.